Modern business generates an immense volume of data. Every second, companies track millions of rows of interactions, clicks, purchases, bounce rates, mapping exactly what consumers are doing in real time. This provides a precise measurement of what happened, such as a drop in sales or a spike in traffic. But even the largest dataset cannot explain why it happened. Qualitative research exists to fill that gap. This approach shifts the focus away from massive sample sizes and statistical boundaries. Instead of trying to measure thousands of people, researchers condense the scope down to a few individuals. The goal is to track the complex web of human motivation and build genuine empathy for the buyer. Knowing that 30% of your customers walked away is a helpful metric, but understanding the specific psychological hurdle that made them leave allows a company to address the root cause of the rejection. To extract those insights, researchers rely on three primary tools. The first is the depth interview. It is a loosely structured one-on-one conversation designed to build trust and let the subject dictate the flow of the discussion. A skilled interviewer uses a technique called laddering. By repeatedly asking why in response to surface-level answers, they strip away polite, socially acceptable responses to uncover a raw, underlying motive. Because there is no one else in the room, the subject isn't influenced by the opinions of a crowd. The researcher can track a single person's decision-making process from the initial thought to the final purchase. When a company needs to test sensitive advertising concepts or map an individual's unvarnished journey, the one-on-one depth interview provides the clearest signal. The second tool involves gathering 5 to 10 carefully selected people who share specific characteristics, the focus group. The value comes from the friction. When you put people in a room together, they debate and challenge each other, sparking ideas that rarely surface in a solitary interview. This environment is ideal for physical interaction. Consumers can pick up prototypes, pass them around, and instantly react to new product concepts as a collective. That social debate reflects how people interact in the real world. By observing that group dynamic, companies get an accurate preview of how a new brand or message will land with the broader public. But sometimes even asking questions in a group alters the outcome. That brings us to the third tool, ethnography. Borrowed directly from anthropology, this is the fly-on-the-wall approach. The roots of this go back nearly a century. In the 1930s, the British government sponsored a project where volunteers sat in pubs and stood at bus stops, silently observing the public to gauge the national mood. The premise is that humans are often unable to explain their own habits. If you ask someone directly why they chose a specific product, they will often invent a rational-sounding excuse on the spot. To bypass self-editing, researchers embed themselves in consumers' homes or workplaces. They watch as autonomic, subconscious habits unfold naturally, without the pressure of an interview. Bypassing human self-justification allows businesses to see the friction in daily life. It identifies unmet market needs that consumers themselves could not articulate. Once fieldwork is done, the researcher is left with hours of video, audio recordings, and hundreds of pages of fragmented notes. You cannot plug this massive unstructured intelligence into a spreadsheet. Algorithms struggle to parse sarcasm, body language, or a thoughtful pause. This requires a highly tuned human filter. The qualitative researcher must manually immerse themselves in transcripts, categorizing themes to move the raw data from broad observations toward specific patterns. Without that interpretive intervention, qualitative data remains noise. It takes a human mind to structure those stray comments and quiet observations into a coherent business narrative. This work requires a unique combination of skills: the empathy of a chat show host, the analytical rigor of a psychologist, and a sharp commercial instinct. This table details how those skills are applied. Researchers map human emotion against business objectives, like evaluating promotion effectiveness or measuring brand impact. Aligning the right qualitative method with a specific goal forms the basis of strategy, defining parameters for larger quantitative surveys. In an era obsessed with big data and artificial intelligence, math only takes you so far. The most powerful business tool remains a skilled human being, sitting down, asking why, and truly listening closely to the answer.